after an hour lunch break, Czechia took the rehearsal stage in Malmö, rehearsing for the very first time Aiko Pedestal. Let's talk this through. First, just the facts, and then the opinions. And this is Matt with ESC United, your favorite Eurovision channel. We know Aiko won the national final, and this is what has been happening on stage. Basically, the team, the Czech team, approached the block team and gave them ideas of what the idea is behind the staging. Basically, that Aiko's concept is the 5 stages of grief that you go through during a breakup. And that is basically accompanied by 4 female dancers, each representing one of those stages. One is denial, one is anger, one is bargaining, and one is depression. And then Aiko herself represents the 5th and final stage, acceptance. The costumes are black body stockings with mesh sections and lots of sparkle, and Aiko's dancers have sparkly mesh face coverings. Aiko has a similar top section but with wide-legged trousers. Also, the cubes are fully deployed in this performance, starting just a few feet above the performer's head, creating a more enclosed domestic feel environment that gets bigger and less confined as the cubes lift. Lots of black and red strobe lighting, and really nice moment towards the end when Aiko's dancers lift her above the head. Iconic, as we believe the kids are saying these days. And in terms of pyros, Czechia has brought some relationship breakup flames jets that heat up the arena for the entire first verse and the bridge into the second chorus, and then return for a big finish. Definitely adds to the drama and storytelling. So here are a few thoughts on my end based on what I've seen, what I heard, and listened to as well. So I love the idea that they have a concept, right? With the whole breakup, stages of griefs, the visuals, and a lot of these aspects I really like. I'm struggling to envision how they're gonna make it clear to people, oh, that's this stage of grievance, because we don't even know necessarily by heart what the stages are, but maybe we don't need to. Maybe they do it, just visualize it in such a way it makes perfect sense. And if not, maybe it's just fun to watch, right? But I do love the idea that they have a concept. And I'm super excited about that. I'm also liking the idea that they start and close and then it opens up and all that stuff. I think it's just switching it up. More acts should take advantage of that, actually. I'm glad Czechia did that. So I'm really excited. Now, in terms of what I've seen so far, so first of all, and I'm not a prude or anything, right? And I'm saying it with all the respect, but I want to provide some feedback based on my observation. Her outfit is distracting to me because she has these black pants and it's just like her chest is just hanging over it. And then she's wearing like a nude-looking, skin-colored bodysuit underneath it, I think. But then the netting on it looks like we can see her certain parts of her breasts, her nipples. I'm just going to say it. So, and I know it's not, but the way it's done visually, it feels like they're right there. So you have no other choice but to look at it and I'm like, oh. So I find that a little distracting on my end. I don't have any problems I don't care, but it's like, oh, is that real? No, you can't, no? Yeah? And then I forget maybe pay attention to the song and more focused on that part. So that is one concern of mine when I saw that. But maybe they'll change it. Maybe that's intentional. I don't know. The staging is very dark, which kind of makes sense because it's a dark song, an angry song, right? Some people have said in the chat that it's too dark and it's too depressing. I'm like, the song is kind of meant to be an angry song, even though they're going through all of the stages. But I understand where they're coming from. I personally don't have as much of an issue with the lighting. I would hope there were moments was a little bit brighter because if it gets too depressing, people will tune out. You can have angry, depressive songs, but it has to be done in a way where people don't walk away and want to cry. Be like, I'm done with this show, this sucks. So hopefully they find a good middle ground for that. So that is another concern I have, but I'm a little bit more optimistic it's not going to look that bad. Then when we listen to the clip, it was very interesting because usually the delegations give us like 5 seconds here, 7 seconds there. Not the Czech delegation. They gave us like 20 seconds or so, just one long edit. No edits, one long cut. And it was from the verse right to the beginning of the chorus. And the sound wasn't too good. And by that I mean she performed it really low, like a soft voice. And it's an angry song. I need more anger and stank in that song. So it's a rehearsal, so I'm fine not getting too upset over it, but hopefully that'll be fixed as well. I need a little bit more energy later on. That was a few things that stood out to me. So there were a few things that were, I need to see how that looks. Mostly the outfit and a little bit of the vocals there, see how that's going to pan out. And the coloring, is it too dark or will it work? But I do know that they have a concept, so before we go here and pick it apart, these are just my initial thoughts. That doesn't make it a bad staging, it just means I'm not quite sure what they're gonna do. So hopefully it'll all clear up once I see the camera work. Did you agree? Were you also confused by the outfit, or did you like what you saw? You hit the nail on the head. Whatever it is, leave your thoughts below in the comment section while I'm getting ready for the next video.